Yo, what's up? It's from the South. We're somewhere in West Time or something like that, man. Shout out BJ for letting us use the spot. We got a very, very special guest, man. We got the homie Mightybay.
Using this bitch.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Oh, go ahead.
No, we use this. What's up with it?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You honestly one of the most, like, energetic human beings I know, bro. Like,
Damn.
I ain't gonna lie. I've never seen you mad or pissed off or anything, bro. Always got a smile. You smiling right now.
No, that's true. I ain't gonna lie. I don't be on the ground or anything like that. Like, I'm sad today. I don't really do that shit. But, yeah, that's true, though. I can say that for sure. That's probably like a thing with me. Yeah.
That's good, bro. It's always good to spread positive energy and shit like that, bro. But, let's start. How was it growing up? And, you know, what was it like?
You know what I'm saying? I'm born and raised in Houston. And, I mean, it was cool, bro. I mean, I guess, like, I don't want to put, like, the generic story out there, but I was just living in the hood. I was living in the hood growing up. I just fucked with music so much, dancing and shit. And, yeah, it was a cool little vibe. I'm from, like, you know, so I'm originally from, like, Horn Clark, Texas, like, Mo City, Horn Clark. And, yeah, I just go around that area, bro. I was just a bad, stupid ass little kid. No cap. That's like the only thing I can say, really. But yeah, it was cool.
Man, the name Mighty, where'd that come about, man? Mightybay, put it that way.
Mightybay.
She used to watch my fault. She used to watch like Mighty Ducks. I think that's what the show's
what's
called.
crazy is I didn't never know what this shit was, but every time I used when I was start like, you know what I'm saying, coming up and shit, I would always type in my name and the first thing that popped up was Mighty Ducks. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck is this? So like, I want to say like, I originally got my name. It's like, it sound crazy. I always keep the same story since like beginning, but I swear I just like one day I was just like thinking to myself, I was just shooting. I think I was just hooping. I was like, what's a cool ass name? I just really thought of a cool ass name, and I was just like, Mightybay just sound cool as fuck. It just sounded like just simple and cool. And then like the meaning and shit came like later. But yeah, it's like, yeah, that's really how it came. It was just like I was just thinking of some shit, I imagined some shit, and I was just like, what sound cool on the mic? Like, hey, we come to the stage, Mightybay. I was just like thinking some random shit, and that just came up really.
Man, what's the meaning, if you don't mind?
The meaning really is just like, it's real, just like, it's kind of like in the face. Like, it's because like mighty, like you already know what mighty means. It means strong and shit. So it's just like mighty, and then like bay is just short for baby. I really got that from my mom, but yeah, that's really what it is. Like, I was just like, yeah, mighty can just be like that, and then bay. I was just thinking, because I was like, I knew I had to always come up with a meaning with the shit I do, so I was just like, that's a cool ass meaning. So that's really how it came about.
And that's been your like the only name you ever stuck with from the start?
Only name? Yeah, I wasn't the type of person like to just be like, oh, I need to say my real name and all that shit. I was just like, nah, just Mightybay is like cool. I did want to always have like two names between it so it can sound cool like on mic and shit.
Man, unfortunately, we couldn't get TISA, and I believe it's number 9. Right?
Yeah.
But there's also like a number 3.
It's number 3, okay. It's, you know what I'm saying, it's TISA, number 9, okay, number 3, okay, and as far as like, yeah, that's like the core game. Yeah, that's like the 4 that's just always been intact with the shit type shit.
Man, how did y'all come about? You know, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all all match that same energy, bro.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, it's like, I'm gonna just keep it short, but I know my nigga 9 since like middle school, and like he always just tell me like, hey, come to the booth or come to the shit, and you be like writing, cause I ain't gonna lie, I was the type of kid like I always forget shit, so I just used to always write down shit, but he used to always see that shit, and yeah, I've been knowing him since middle school, and he told me, he was like, hey, come by. I never came by I ain't come by until like my senior year, and then that's how like, cause 9 and TISA's cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they real like blood cousins. So he just told me to come by, and then I remember I came by, and then the vibe was just like off rip, like, you know how when you vibe with somebody, just like you could just tell like it's just off rip. So like
that's your group.
Yeah, it's just like, it was just like, oh, he cool, like we cool, like we can really lock into some shit. And then like as time went, like we just went, like when I first met like TISA, he was already like on the photography shit, cause he used to shoot like videos, and then I ain't gonna lie, that nigga, he do like most of the shit. I just like produce and write and make the music as far as like that in the business side of it. But like he the nigga like that's like who edits, who records, and like do all that shit. So yeah, I met him, and then like we just locked in ever since then. The first day I met him, we made like 5-6 songs, and then after that shit, we just came up and we was just like, hey, shit, we gonna really do this shit. We just went on from there, really.
I mean, shit, that's good. How long have y'all like, you know, been a thing? You know, been
since 2015. That's like fucking 7-8 years. Yeah,
I don't know. I ain't
like seven, I'm good with the math. It's like seven years. 2015 to now. Yeah, it's like 7 years. So it's like 7-8 years. Damn. In 7 years, that's crazy.
Growing up, you know, everybody wants to be, you know, hooper, you know, athlete, rapper. I mean, is that what you always, you know, always wanted to be a rapper, or it just kind of, you know, came about like, I
always wanted to be like, I always wanted to be an artist, but like, I mean, of course, it was first like football, but
were you coded it?
Hell yeah. I wouldn't say I wasn't bad, but like, I was cool. I wasn't like the nigga that's just like, oh, he top on quarterback of the state. I wasn't that type shit, but I was cold, but it was just like, I ain't gonna lie, it's just like, I ain't really like it as I started getting older. It was just like cool, and then I just always just like fuck with music, and I got like a musical family and shit, so I was just like, I want to do this shit. So I've been doing it since like middle school, really. So that's how long I've been like getting into the shit, really.
And then like, you know, the dancing, you know.
Yeah. The dancing always been a but as far as like the jigging, doing all that shit, like TISA and 9, like them niggas was like the top. Like every time we go to a party, anything, like every time we go to a party, we gonna turn it, like it's just like our energy already there, so people just like, you know what I'm saying, they be feeding off our energy. But like the dancing and shit, like we TISA and them, they started with the jig and shit, like they was like always top niggas, and then like, you know what I'm saying, as far as like, you just know when you be around people, like it's just like it started becoming a normal thing, so it's just like we all just started hitting that shit, and then it just went crazy. And
you go pretty viral, like pretty often and shit like that, man. You know, what's the process to it, you know, like when you work?
Shit, I ain't gonna lie, bro, it's just, bro, we just be us. I ain't gonna lie, I think people just fuck with us because we like, I don't know how to explain it. I ain't gonna lie. It's like we never just like came to like, okay, it's a formula. We gonna you know what I'm saying? We ain't never just went to shit like that. We just always be like, hey, this what we gonna do, and we just always just like did shit. So like, yeah, when I just be doing shit, I just be coming off real. I come with an idea. I just be like, hey, record this, and then like, shit, if it happened, it happened. Then we just keep doing shit. We just always just keep doing shit, really.
Like I know, for instance, you know, the mob, that had a big.
Yeah,
that shit took a big.
Yeah, nah. The mob was crazy. Shout out to like K Blast and Huncho, cause they the ones who had came up with that dance. They from Dallas. They came up with the dance, but I guess like, cause like when I had the when we had the beat. Well, I had the beat, and then they was, you know, so they was.
You produced it.
Yeah, I produced it. So they was just like cause they was actual beats, and man, I just sent it out to him, and he was just like, hey, shit, I think, you know what I'm saying, I think we got, you know what I'm saying, a hit or whatever. And I was just, me, I always be like, I mean, of course I care about hits, but it's just like, I was just like, hey, shit, it is what it is. We just gonna keep going. And then, like, when we did the video and did all the shit, like, shit just went crazy. I don't know what it was. It was just, people fuck with that a lot. That shit was crazy.
So you said they made the dance, correct?
Yeah. K Blast and Hunter, they was like, they had went to TSU at the time, and cause it all happened like kind of natural. Like we was at this party. And then, you know, TISA was already kind of like, you know what I'm saying, doing that. He had Dip, he had Arrow, he had all that shit. And we used to always just like perform and do shit. And then they just pulled up. It was like, hey, man, we fuck with y'all shit. And we seen them before, because they had did a video before. And we was just like, hey, you know what I'm saying, what y'all doing? They was like, we go to TSU shit. We been trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, like make music and shit. So they was like, hey, pull up. So they pulled up to our studio. And, I made the beat. And then, TISA hopped on, K Blast and Huncho, and then hey, after that it just did its thing, really. So
would you say like that was really like your breakthrough throughout all this, correct?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, yeah, that was like the first like produced beat that went like worldwide for sure. Like we was always doing shit like locally, like and shit like that, as far as like, you know what I'm saying, like small parties and shit, but yeah, mine was the first thing. Like we seen everybody just really kind of just do, and it was like a viral. That was like real viral, for sure.
So and that blew up on TikTok. You know, what do you think TikTok's done for like other artists? You know, stuff like that, man. Like, I mean, the power of that app is crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, we was. I wouldn't say like for sure. Like I don't be wanting to take like, oh, we the first. We wasn't on that shit. Like I just think like we was just like super early to it because we just, you know what I'm saying, we was always about like creating and doing new shit all the time. Like we always be like, we want to do some new shit. So like I remember I was just on the app and I was just thinking, I was just like, shit, like this is a new app. I was just posting funny shit on there. And then I remember I was just like, shit, I make music, so why not just post the music? But yeah, for sure, like that was like the first. I think like that was one of the first. You know what I'm saying? That as far as game, as far as everybody that just went crazy. But
what was the other one?
It was I mean, I ain't gonna lie, we got, but before that it was TISA. Cause TISA, I mean, ever since like the Uzi shit, I want to say like that was when, you know what I'm saying, shit like people started looking to it more and type shit like.
Didn't he hop on it or some shit like that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did like the verse and he did like 2 other songs and shit. Yeah, man, I was like, damn, cause it was crazy. I'm like, I was young when we was listening to Uzi, so I'm just like, hey, he hopped on my beat. That's me. I used to always think like, oh shit, that's me. Like he got that Uzi on my beat. Like I was like, oh shit, but yeah, he had did it. But yeah, I want to say like TikTok, like yeah, it was. I mean, shit, we just noticed that shit kind of early. I mean, of course now like it's like okay, like grandmas on it, like everybody on that hoe, but like yeah, that hoe. Yeah, I say TikTok for sure. Like that was a strong. Cause I ain't gonna lie, TikTok. I'm not gonna sit here and be like it's cringe or nothing to me. I just feel like it's another app. It's just like how people saying like about Instagram. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would just always think like anybody that used to like talk about it, I would just be like, y'all gotta realize it's just another app. It's just like Instagram, but it's just a different way. But yeah, TikTok cool. I feel like it do help, but you still gotta. That ain't the only thing. That's on that because we've been doing this shit for a minute, so we know like that ain't the only thing like you gotta do. But it'd be cool for shit to go viral and shit.
I mean, so, shit, people be coming up overnight, bro.
Sure. It'd be
TikTok,
like,
dog.
yeah, it'd be a song that it could be like a little scary, and then it could be like, it could be cool. Like it's cool like to have everybody know, you know what I'm saying, doing your like a video to your song. That should be like super cool. I'll be always thinking like, damn, like, that's a lot of people doing shit to a song, but like, yeah, for sure. Like I say you gotta really have substance or something you gotta do to be able to keep your shit, you know what I'm saying, going.
Some sort of
yeah, cause
talent.
it's like,
yeah.
cause like it be a lot of times like, of course like a song go viral, like of course like you be like, oh, you a TikTok person, something like that, but like it's just like if you have substance, if you have other shit you've been always doing, or you just have other connections or whatever the case is, it's just like that be the help too. But TikTok, it just help, you know what I'm saying? It's just a help type shit.
Nah, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I regret not hopping on TikTok. When that shit took, what was it like COVID when like, you know, everyone started.
COVID is when it's like, and that's crazy. Like we was on the 2019. Like, I want to say like summer 2019, and then when COVID hit, that's when I remember I seen like, I seen everything. Like I started seeing on Instagram. I'm like, oh shit, like TikTok really like did something. Like, it really did something. But yeah,
I used to think that shit was gay. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it always do like that because it's like it's a new shit. You know what I'm saying? Some new shit. So it's just like it's a
whole bunch of dancing. To me, I don't really dance unless I'm with like my bros and shit like that. You know?
Facts. I already know. It's like it was like a new app, and it's just like people was kind of just trying to understand like the fuck is this? Like we thought it was some cringy shit. We just always thought it was like it was just on some new app shit, and like we did funny videos, we did like music, and we did dancing. So we low key was just doing everything. We was just standing on like we gotta do a cringe like, hey, we gotta do it. We wasn't on that shit, but like we was on some like, you know what I'm saying, we gonna work with it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, TikTok cool. I feel like it's gonna be here. I feel like it's gonna be here because it's just like everybody on it. Yeah, it's gonna be here for a minute though.
You know, you took a different route. I mean, did you ever try college out?
Yeah, I did. I tried college for like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was in that hoe for a short ass time, bro. I did not fuck with this shit. Like, every time I walked in there, I just like, I didn't even want to talk to nobody. Like, I used to look at the professor like, bro, I don't want to be here. Like, so I was just like, when I got into it, like, the reason, like, I'm glad, like, I got into it and then I didn't accept, like, the grants and the loans and shit, because that would have fucked me up, boy. That shit was gonna be like, I probably would have been $100K in debt right now, but I was like, I got into this shit, but yeah, because I was about to be a radiologist. I was gonna, yeah, that's
Damn.
deep. I was about to be that. Yeah, I was on some shit like that. Like I was like, I'm about to like do X-rays and like mad, cause I'm like, I was into that shit, and then I was just like, nah.
You really like that? Like,
I'll be honest. It may not look like it, cause I know we do shit, but
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Fast. I say like,
shit. I know I couldn't do that shit, bro.
Reality,
right
yeah,
off,
that shit.
Right
I ain't gonna lie,
bat.
that shit is difficult, cause it deal with like a whole lot of math shit, and you gotta know people like. It's weird too, like you gotta know, like, you know what I'm saying, like people's like immune system. You gotta know all this. I'll be like, ugh. This shit was weird, but it was cool. But I was just like, hell no. I just remember I just walked. And I was just like, hey, I'm not gonna go back, and I ain't go back. And they were calling me, and I was just like, nah, you just cancel it. So I just said fuck it, and then I just always just like worked and just on the music, and then I just had like hella jobs. Like, bro, I had like no cap, bro. I had like 20 jobs, like 18 through like. I want to say, like, no, 17, 16 through, like, 19, 20. I had, like, over 20 jobs, bro.
Damn.
That's crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but I
fuck?
swear, like, I was going into jobs, working that shit for, like, 2 weeks and quitting. Like, I was like, fuck that. It's because, like, you know, when you doing shit you don't really want to do, bro. You just don't feel it. And I was just like, fuck that. So, yeah, I was like, fuck that shit.
Man, what was some jobs that you had, bro?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, it's so many. Like, I had, my first job was Kroger's. It was on Buffalo Speedway, but I worked at Kroger's, Waterbury. It's crazy. I was a teacher.
God,
I worked at. Hey, I'm telling you, I worked at the Minute Maid Park. I was a teacher.
A teacher.
I was like, it was like, it's not like on some real like
a coach teacher,
like
some YMCA.
Nah, it wasn't even that. It was like I was like teaching like little kids. Like it was. You ever heard of Kuma, some shit like that. Yeah, it's like a preschool shit. Like I was literally like just helping like students out. Like I was like tutoring them and shit. So it's just like I was doing that shit like that's crazy. I was in school at the time too. I was doing that shit like 17, 18. So like yeah, I did Kuma. It's so many, but I forgot I was babysitting. But I was just trying to get it. I was trying to get the bread, bro. I was trying to stack up.
I could not see you getting no fucking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like a lot of people don't know, bro. Like I was like, I'm always that nigga. Like I was like, bro, I'm gonna get my money. I'm gonna get bread, because like we all know, like, bro, that music shit, like, of course, like when you coming up, like it's hard
yeah,
shit.
It's definitely not the easiest. Trust me.
Yeah,
I got other homie friends that rap and shit like that too.
For sure. I know they know for sure.
The only fast food place I ever worked, bro, was a Chick-fil-A, and that shit was like,
bro, I worked at Chick-fil-A. Yeah, like I remember like. The orientation or the interview, like they made you try shit. They made you like try the food or whatever to see how it tastes. They ain't never do that. I worked at the one. Yeah, I worked at the one in Pearland, and they was like
try the food. Don't you already know what the food tastes like?
Yeah, but they was like, I ain't gonna lie, they put me on to shit, because I ain't even know they had like, I ain't know Chick-fil-A had soup. I ain't know they had like a whole bunch of shit. Like they got a whole bunch of shit, but they made us like try shit. Like I remember I got there and then I just didn't like, because they was like, bro, you know how Chick-fil-A. Yeah, bro, they was like, you gotta be right, you shirt tucked in, like you gotta say my pleasure. I'm
every fucking 2 minutes, every minute. Yeah,
they was like, I understand customer service, but I was like, bro, I'm not finna be like, I couldn't do that.
The customer's always right and shit like that. I understand. Like, yeah. I ain't gonna lie though, bro. Like one thing I always said though about like Chick-fil-A and shit was like, bro, like that shit really like. I mean, I was taught manners, you know what I mean, growing up. But like, bro, that if anything, that shit really taught me like
how to control.
Yeah.
I already know. Yeah, Chick-fil-A, like it's cool. Like, I be seeing like now when I pull up and I go get something to eat or something, I'll be like, yeah, I know, like, you know what I'm saying, like y'all gotta be like super generous, and people be trying in there. I be seeing people sometimes get out of character, but like, they be in the mud like though. That's a cool ass job though.
It was. I ain't gonna lie, like that's been like my only job.
Oh, type shit.
Yeah, I mean, I work at a sneaker shop like here and there,
but that's
but that shit don't, man. That compare, you know what I mean? You think I want to go back to Chick-fil-A?
Hell no, I already know, bro. Fast food, period. But you just smelling food, like you fuck around, like hate the shit. Like you start hating, like I started like hating Waterbury when I worked at that shit. I was like, bro, I hate the smell. I hate everything. Smelling like onions and shit. And I was like, fuck man, I hated that shit, bro.
Man, what's like since we're talking about jobs, what's been like your worst, case or like worst scenario, thing that's happened?
I know it's crazy. Like I never had like. Cause I was a person like, I ain't gonna lie, I was a type dude like when I go to work, bro, I don't want to talk to them. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was like, I don't really want to be here, so I was like, I really ain't really. I mean, of course, like you were talking like, yo, blah blah, cause like, you know what I'm saying, you just talking to people, but I never just really had no bad encounter, you know what I'm saying, cause I was just all that dude. Like I come in, clock in, but I'm talking about when my shift over, I'm over. Like, I'm leaving. Like, people don't even be knowing I'll be leaving. I'll be clocking out and just go. Like, that's the craziest thing. But I say, like, probably, I mean, the only thing, because I worked at Kroger since, like, my first one, so I was, like, 16 to, like, 18, I want to say. But it's so crazy, like, I'm not even capping you, I was supervisor already, like.
At 16?
I even got a picture of that. Like, I literally, I had to, like, go back to, like, the website and look at the picture, but I got a picture, like, I was already supervisor by, like 6 months in. That's how crazy, like, I was going. Like, I was already supervising. I'm talking about, I'm telling niggas, like, hey, you got to go work the back, like, at 16. Just imagine you 16 telling, like, a 25-year-old, like, hey, you got to go push basket. Like, that shit crazy.
Nah,
so, like,
hell nah.
So, I was just always on that work shit, and I just leave. That's probably, like, the only shit I doing.
I think, shit, probably, like, my worst, like, case was, I remember one time I was trying to go on lunch, or, like, my fucking 30-minute break.
Yeah.
And I think her name was Bianca. Yeah, Bianca, if you watching this, fuck you.
Yeah, type shit.
And man, bro, she wouldn't let me eat. So I remember I grabbed a nugget from like the tray.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know when they cook some food and shit. Yeah. And I remember I grabbed a nugget. Probably shouldn't have done that, but bro, you hungry and you.
Oh, you ate that shit on spot? Like,
yeah, and then the drive-thru. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that shit was bad. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, and that Chick-fil-A too, so I already know they like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I probably should have not done that, but
damn,
like
they had fired you type shit over there?
Nah, I just quit, bro. I was trying to hoop, bro. They were trying to schedule me like every Friday, and that's usually like when all their games were. You know, I'm like, man, hoop for $10 an hour.
Yeah,
you know
type
what I mean?
shit. Yeah,
and I'm like, bro,
damn.
I ain't going to the league, but I'd rather go drop some buckets and
like really, you know what I'm saying, try type shit. Yeah, I already know that. Yeah, damn. I say he took a nugget. Like, I mean, bro, my bro now was here. He got a crazy story. Like he worked at Walmart, and like it's funny. Like he worked at Walmart, and he was like, I think he was gonna pay it after. I think he was gonna pay it after, but he had took like some chicken wings like on break. The nigga had took some chicken wings on break, and he ate this shit. You know, it's like you got the people that you work with that always be like a kiss ass to the boss or whatever. So like she had followed him all the way to the break room. She was like, "Did you pay for that?" And he was like, "Oh shit, I'm finna go pay for it now." She was like, "Nah, go to the office." Like she told him, she was like a regular worker just like him. And he was like, "What the fuck?" And then I remember like he had told her like they had told everybody to walk in. And then they just like fired him on the spot, like over like 3 wings, bro. I swear to God. It was like one. I'm like, it was funny. It'd be funny when he tell the story, but like he got fired over like 3 wings. That shit was funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie. It's funny coming from him too. It's funny as hell.
I mean, with all these jobs, you know, shit like that, and I mean, you doing like, you know, the rapping, the dancing, the producing. You know, what do your parents say about this? Because, you know, obviously you didn't take. Well, you did, but you know, stuff happens, you know.
I ain't gonna lie.
What do your parents think about everything?
Was crazy. I'm a low key nigga, so like my mama like she ain't even know until like she knew until Mop because she seen it at her job and like one of she seen, I think somebody was playing it or something and they was showing a video. I swear it was crazy. Like you get like it's crazy like how she ended up finding out, but like she seen it at her job. And she had seen, she was like, hold on. She was like, what is this? She like, what's this song about? She looked
that's my son.
Yeah, she like looked it up. So when she looked it up on YouTube, and she said, hey, that's my. She was like, she like, cause my mama, she's so animated, so she likes shit. She be liking when she see like, you know what I'm saying, like you ain't doing nothing bad, and you like doing like good things and shit. So when she started telling everybody, oh, that's my son. Y'all like, that's my son. So like, she ain't know until like Mop, and that was like 3 years after I've been always like producing and working on music and shit. So like, yeah, she ain't found out till like it went viral. So when she found out, she was like, why you ain't never tell Paul about? Cause I was just like, I just ain't want to tell. Cause you know how shit is. I just be wanting to go. I don't be wanting nobody to tell me like, hey, you can't, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah. So I was just like, yeah. So she ain't know till like it was viral. That was the only thing. That's crazy. And my dad too, like they ain't know until like the kids and shit started doing like dance, and they was just like, what the fuck, like that's my son, like who in that video type shit and doing all that shit. So yeah, they ain't know until like it was viral though. That's crazy.
Man, you know, you work with like TISA, 9. You know, who's someone else you would want to work with? Whether it's like producing, you know, rapping with.
Like who I want to work with?
Yeah.
Type shit. I ain't gonna lie, I'm on a vibe like. Of course, like I got like people that I looked up to, like I always want to work with, like you know what I'm saying. But it's far as like me just like thinking like I just be want to work with people that just about it. That's just really like if I like your music and it's a vibe and I know like we, you know what I'm saying, we can connect. I just really be like on some shit like I can do shit with people and just go from there. I ain't gonna lie, like I'm doing some shit like if you down to work, you know what I'm saying, like and it's something serious and that you have a vision to it. I'm always round with it, but like of course like I always be wanting to work with people I grew up to, like you know what I'm saying, like the Kendricks and you know what I'm saying, Travis and you know what I'm saying, Chief and Project Pat, like all of them. Like I be wanting to work with like a lot of people I just know I listen to and shit like that. Just to, even if it's not even work, just like vibe and talk with, you know what I'm saying. So it's just like even if it's some shit like that, really. So, but yeah, I be on some shit like bro, I be down to work because I produce, I write, like I do all that shit. So. Yeah.
You know, what do you got next? What's next for Mightybay? You got like an EP, album, anything like that soon?
Man, yeah. I am working on some shit. I'm working on like a whole new, like, it's finna be like, I feel like what I need to do, just, you know what I'm saying, take to the next level for shows, get like more personal, like more doing shit, like with shit. But yeah, I never want to jinx my shit, but I know I got some shit coming, I ain't gonna lie. I got some shit coming that's gonna keep me in the long run, no cap. So like,
anything before the year ends, or it just?
I want to say before the year end for sure. I'm probably drop some songs and drop some shit. Like, yeah, I could say one thing. Like, I know we got some shit. I'm working with TISA on a project and shit like that. But yeah, I always never want to jinx nothing. But yeah, we got a whole bunch of shit. But I want to say like it's some shit before the year. But I'm already like in 2023, like thinking like how I gotta like plan that shit out type shit. Yeah, so it's always about showing the shit. So yeah, that's like that.
What rodeo is it when y'all were all up there with the was it Chance the Rapper? I want to say it was Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, it was, bro. It was crazy. That was the last rodeo for COVID. So that was the last show because COVID happened. So I'm glad we caught that shit. But that was the last like show for the rodeo because after that they was like, yeah, all the big shit done, canceling, like, because I forgot who else gonna come, like Lizzo, like all that shit was gonna come, and that shit never happened because the COVID shit happened. So like we was literally like the last, so we can literally say in history like it was the last show in rodeo before COVID. Like that was a big moment. But yeah, that shit was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, because I went to the show before, like way back with my peoples and shit. But yeah, that shit was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Seeing like 70,000 people looking at you, but that shit weird as hell. It was weird because it was just like here. Like, it wasn't no, like, you know what I'm saying, like, we have, like, you know what I'm saying, like, did 70,000 before, like, this just on, straight on, just like, hey, perform y'all songs and shit, like, and go, we like, oh, shit, and it was just 70,000, it was crazy, man. That shit was weird.
You don't get nervous?
Oh, no, I ain't gonna lie, when I get on stage, I don't know, it's like, when I get on stage, yeah, I'm different. I don't know why, like, right now, I'm, like, calm and shit, but it's just, like, when I touch the stage, it's just, I don't know what the fuck it is. I literally don't know, but I get on stage and I just like zone like into like all that shit because I'm my dream into getting this shit is being a performer. Like I always like performing. Like that's my like top notch like shit. But yeah, when I get on stage, I'm different. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, that's about it, man. From the South, Mightybay. That's about it, man.
Everything